One afternoon at Tidmouth Harbour, a new engine had just arrived on the island. He had 6 small wheels like Thomas, except with a different paintwork and with the number 49 on his bunker. The Fat Controller had arrived to greet the new engine.
Yeah, you must be Stuart, my new tank engine.
Yes, I am. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
A pleasure indeed. Also allow me to introduce you to Mavis here. You'll be helping her out at the quarry due to the extra work she's been dealing with.
Stuart didn't really like this job, however.
But, sir, I'm a passenger engine, not a dirty shunter. Why can't you let somebody else do it?
Because, Stuart, the other engines already have their own work to attend to. You will do as you are told. Do I make myself clear?
Stuart felt insulted, having to shunt dirty stone trucks rather than pull clean coaches.
Fine, I'll do it.
Mavis and Stuart made their way to the quarry. Once there, they found that they had a lot of work to do. The trucks were scattered all over the quarry in very unorganized places.
How many trucks are there? This will take all day.
I mean, I really couldn't tell you, Stuart. I deal with this batch quite often, so you'll get used to it.
I'd rather be pulling coaches than working at a f***ing quarry. This place is filthy here.
I know it's filthy, but for certain jobs like this, you might have to get a little dusty. But as long as you get the job done...
Yeah. Get the job done, then you'll be a really useful engine. Didn't ask, by the way.
Well, pardon me! There was more to it. I also wanted to mention that once you finish your work, you can go straight to the washdown and be clean again.
Oh, a washdown is going to change how I feel about this rubbish work. You're just trying to find an excuse for why I shouldn't be disappointed for working in a quarry.
Mavis wasn't having it with Stuart. She was going to give him something worse to be disappointed about, until the yard foreman walked up.
This yard is a mess. I need you two to help tidy it up right now.
Oh, yep, yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Whatever. Jackass.
Mavis and Stuart got to work right away. However, Stuart's attitude didn't show his dislike towards the trucks. His shunting definitely did. Mavis found he was awful when it came to organizing the sidings. Toby and Percy arrived and found the quarry in such disarray.
These trucks are all in the wrong places.
Oh, please. This is how shunting really goes. You shut them in the line, and that's pretty much it.
And leave them in another unorganized line. God forbid you shunt at Knapford Station. They wouldn't let this fly, would they?
I'd probably do better than if they have nice, cleaner coaches that don't bust, instead of dealing with pissy trucks and annoying diesel that acts like an insufferable brat.
Annoying? Brat? The trucks behave better than you do, which is ridiculous because they almost pushed Toby into a river.
Maybe you should have been pulling coaches. They wouldn't have pushed him.
That's enough. Clearly, we've made a mistake here. If you can't shunt Stuart, then can you take a few stone trucks to the docks tomorrow? Toby and Percy will take the first few.
Beats playing with pebbles any day.
Evening, you two. You guys don't seem pretty happy. What happened?
It's about Stuart and Mavis. Stuart hasn't been cooperating with Mavis recently, and has caused quite a bit of trouble in the quarry earlier today.
Wait, you mean that new engine who arrived today?
Yes, he's insufferable.
Well, what if he isn't really used to how things are done around here?
While they understand that he's new to the railway, there's no reason to be rude.
That is completely understandable, but if I had to guess from what you are telling me, maybe he's used to a certain job. Possibly more experienced in pulling coaches, maybe?
With an attitude like that, I'd be surprised if he was allowed to.
I'd barely trust him with the milk tree for that matter.
Toby and Percy went to sleep, but Thomas was still wondering.
I'm sure Stuart isn't as awful as they say he is. Maybe there's something I could do for him.
The next morning, Thomas was waiting for his passengers at the junction. As he waited, he heard a clatter and shouting. It was Stuart bumping his trucks angrily. He stopped at the station with a huff.
I already don't like pulling you. I don't need to be laid on top of that.
Thomas was shocked.
Bust my buffers! You look just like me!
And who are you by chance?
I'm Thomas, and you are...
Stuart. I'm new around here, as you can see. That stupid brat of a diesel up at the core has been a nuisance since I got here.
You mean Mavis?
Yeah, Mavis. That one.
Right. And where are you headed?
Well, taking these dumb trucks to Brendel docks.
You don't seem to like trucks.
Of course I don't. It's the reason why I prefer being a passenger instead of a dirty shunter.
You shouldn't be in such a foul mood on your first day. I'll tell you what. I'll take those trucks to Brendam, and you could take Annie and Clarabelle.
Really? You'd do that for me?
Of course. It's no trouble for me.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Thomas.
So Thomas took the trucks to Brendam, and Stuart took Annie and Clarabelle.
Now this is my kind of trade school.
Thomas was right. Stuart was very indeed capable of pulling coaches. The passengers were quite pleased.
Huh?
Stuart arrived at Knapford Station. Edward was there. He was confused.
You're Stuart, right?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. Can't read.
What are you doing with Annie and Clarabelle?
Oh, Thomas let me pull them for the day.
But I thought you were supposed to work at the quarry.
As did I.
The fat controller had just gotten out of his office after being on the telephone with the station master. He walked up to Stuart and sternly pointed at him.
Can't you explain why you're here with Thomas's coaches?
I mean, I was gonna tell you, sir, but
Stuart, you haven't got told yet. I demand an answer now.
Alright, fine. I traded jobs with Thomas because I didn't want to pull those wagons to Brendel docks. Not to mention that Mavis didn't help with her useless advice. It's a hazard, I say.
Mavis has worked in the quarry for many years, and you should really take in that advice that she's willing to give you.
Even if it's pointless to me?
Pointless? All she was doing was trying to help you learn, and you've given her nothing but an attitude.
Stuart felt awful.
Wow. I'm truly sorry, sir.
I sure hope so, Stuart. You will work in the quarry until I see a change in your attitude. Now, go to your shed.
Yes, sir.
Stuart puffed to the sheds. He was surprised to find Thomas there.
Thomas? What are you doing here?
Well, the fat controller caught me doing your work instead of my own. He wasn't too happy about it.
Guess we're both in the same boat.
Hey, cheer up, Stuart. Think of it as a lesson in life. Learn from what mistakes we've made through life, you know? Trust me, Stuart. I've been in your wheels to know what I'm talking about. Just take my little tip in life.
You're right. Guess I should rest up. I've got a long day at the quarry to look forward to.
That's the spirit.
The two friends laughed like brothers. Stuart was happy to make a new friend on Sodor, especially with Thomas.